Before I became an image consultant, I worked for several years in the financial services and healthcare industries. I am often asked why I left the corporate world and how I started embarking on my current journey. In this video, I'm going to share with you a bit of my story in hopes that it inspires you if you're feeling like you're operating in a mode that's not authentic to who you currently are. I've grouped this discussion into 3 phases: my realization phase, my escape plan phase, and my natural flow phase. A series of feelings, events, and things happened to me that made me realize that I needed to make some changes with where I was spending the bulk of my time and energy. I felt like I was doing things that I was supposed to do versus what I was meant to do. I felt tied to choices I had made in my late teen and early 20s years. So for instance, what program I took at university, what my co-op opportunities were, what my first job was. And then I woke up one day and I'm like, how did I get here? I was stressed out a lot of time. I felt like I was going to start seeing stress-related health issues surface within myself. I felt frustrated, anxious. I didn't even recognize myself. Often I would look out the window of my office and see people walking by, smiling and living life, and I felt like my life was passing me by. I also recall being up at night worried and anxious and thinking about office politics and things that didn't really matter to me. For instance, I couldn't care the least in my core if computer system XYZ was having an implementation problem. I realized I had gone so far down the path of being lost, filled with anxiety and stress and worry, that I really needed to leave my corporate position and take a breathing space for myself to get back to who I truly was. However, looking around me, I had created a lifestyle that required big funding on an ongoing basis. I distinctly remember actually sitting in my living room one day and realizing that the house I was living in, I didn't even use half of it. And then I looked out at the car sitting in my driveway and realized that I don't really drive it, that I mostly took city transit. So I sold the house, I sold the car, and I moved into a 500 square foot condo, and that's the space I currently live in. It brings me so much happiness and joy to this day. Now don't get me wrong here, I didn't get rid of all my things here. I still have a big closet with a lot of clothes that I love in it, but I got rid of items that required large funding on an ongoing basis and simplified my life so that I only have things in it that I truly want and need. I'm currently in my natural flow phase and hope to be in this phase for the rest of my life. What I mean by this phase is that I'm operating in a mode that is authentic to my core. I have let go and just watch and see what naturally flows to me on a daily basis. If you've read any of my blogs, I am a huge believer in the law of attraction and apply its principles into my life on a daily basis. I have found that when I operate in a mode of appreciation, love, and happiness, I only attract people, places, events, things to me that are in alignment with these feelings. Bad things do happen to me, don't get me wrong here, but I handle them much more in a way that is authentic to who I am. I'm not operating in a space of worry, fear, and anxiety. This also doesn't rule out the fact that I may re-enter the corporate world one day. I know, though, that I will react to such an opportunity if it comes up in an authentic way. So there you have a little bit of my story. I hope it has inspired you to look at your own life if you're feeling like you're down a path where you are not living authentically to who you are on a daily basis. We only have this moment once. I hope you are feeling love, happiness, and appreciation in this moment.